Hi guys, it's Nikki from Boulder Valley Stitching again. I have just gotten back from Phoenix, Arizona, well Mesa, Phoenix, Apache Junction, sort of, Arizona for a weekend trip to visit my in-laws, and a bunch of other family came down, brother-in-laws and everybody for my mother-in-law's 75th birthday. And she also retired. So she turned 75 and she retired on the same day. Yeah, I know. And then she says, I want a party. So we threw her a party. So we all went down to Phoenix for the weekend. I've just gotten back, so please excuse my appearance. It's been a rough few days. But I have video that I'm going to try and put together in this one. I'm gonna pause the video in a minute, and I'm gonna try and see if I can mesh together the video that I took when I was in Arizona. I did record some video in the car when I got to go visit the attic and a couple quilt shops that are down in the Mesa area. So the video might be a little wonky, I don't know, but I'm gonna try and mesh it together with this one so that you guys can kind of see my trip and my Stitchy adventure into the attic in Mesa, Arizona. And there were two other quilt shops. One was Quilters Oasis, and Mad Bees Quilting. So I went to those two shops, and then I'll show you my haul. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to try and cobble video together, and then I'll come back. Hold on. Hi guys, it's Nikki from Boulder Valley Stitching, and I am in Phoenix today. Yes, that's right. I am. This is going to be a Stitchy road trip, sort of. So why am I in Phoenix? I am in Phoenix because my mother-in-law is retiring from the hospital that she worked at and turning 75 yesterday. So this weekend she's retiring and turning 75. So about 2 months ago, she called us and said, she called my husband and said, I want a party. Well, my mother-in-law has never asked for a party before. So when your mom calls and says, I want a party, you throw her a party. So we've spent the last 6 weeks or so planning this party for family to come down from all over the place, everywhere from Wyoming to Seattle, from us in Colorado, and a bunch of different places to all come down here for the weekend for her birthday and to celebrate without her knowing. So that's been the real challenge, is to do this without her knowing it was happening, which she didn't. And yesterday we crashed an event that she was at. Well, it was like a meeting. She has a group that she meets with once a month, and they knew about it. They knew about it. So we all show up and we crashed their meeting. So, and she was so surprised, and she was so happy that we all came down to see her for her birthday. There was hugging, there was tears. It was great. She loved it. So now, today, because the party was yesterday, so we crashed the meeting yesterday morning, we had the party yesterday afternoon. So that means that today, all of the boys. So my husband has two brothers. So the three boys, her boys, are at their house with the honey-do list. You know, everybody knows it. Everybody knows what the honey-do list is. And they are over there right now doing everything from fixing chairs to changing oil. And I personally have no desire to stand around and change oil and things or fix chairs. So I'm good. I'm good not being there. But they also have my in-laws have a business here. It's mainly my father-in-law's business, but now she'll be doing that with him full time now that she's retiring from the hospital. So they have a catering and food truck business that they run down here out of Apache Junction, Arizona, and it's called Brown Bear Barbecue. So they are doing a bunch of stuff today. The boys are helping them get ready for an event that they're doing tomorrow. So I am going to the attic So I swore that the last time I was down here, which I've only, okay, so I've been to the attic one time. And when I came last time, I made the mistake. I was not prepared. I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to be as big as it was. I didn't know that it was going to be the type of place where I literally could spend hours. I didn't know. So I made the mistake of having my husband take me over here. And there was that pressure. You know, when you go to a store with somebody who just doesn't want to be in that store and it's not their thing, they all they want to do is leave. So you feel like you rushed, which is kind of what happened last time. I felt really rushed and like I didn't have enough time to look around and really shop. So I swore the next time that we came down that I would come by myself. And here I am. I'm by myself. Well, not exactly. I am by myself. I got to drive myself and everything. I'm meeting my husband's aunt, who is also interested in cross stitching. So she is meeting me over here so that we can go look through the attic and see what wonderful things that we can find and displays and buy. And after this, if I have time, which I think I will, there's a quilt store that I want to go visit too. So that was my main things that I wanted to do this afternoon. And the longer that I shop, the less time that I have to go and try to fix chairs or help with food prep. So I'm going to take my time. So I'm going to see if they'll let me do a recording inside the store and see if they'll let me kind of, just kind of walk around and take some pictures of stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. If they don't let me, then I'll tell you what it's like. But I'm hoping they do. It's way bigger than I thought it was going to be when you first. So it's in a shopping center. If you can't see around me, I'll take some pictures when I get out. I'll start the camera up again. But it's in a shopping center, and I thought it was just one small storefront in the shopping center. Oh no! It's like 2, maybe 3 storefronts that are all one big giant store. So I will warn you that I'm filming this one on my iPad today. So things are bouncing a little bit because I'm having to hold it. I don't have it mounted on anything, and I apologize if if the camera ends up moving around too much. I'm gonna try and keep it as steady as I possibly can, but it may bounce around a little bit because I am walking and trying to hold my camera up. So let's go to the attic. Hold on.
And you got a certificate. Yay! So with tax, it's 73.
Okay,
Before tax.
I got,
Okay, let me take that off and then I'll tell you the total.
okay.
It's just split, I dropped one. Just some of the cutest design. Love those.
Scarlett house?
Yeah.
Oh, they're both the same, I didn't even realize that.
Did not need Ann Roberts and she did not need
She doesn't
Frances
need
Grass.
it. She doesn't need it. Okay. And Corona Gonzalez for Krista. I'm just gonna, cause that was well, it's just written on the center.
Look at that one, guys. It's Lady of the Flag. It's stitched just beautifully.
Okay, that's just what we're waiting for, but we're
Yeah, but I
sending.
sent what we have today.
Okay, cool.
Because,
I need an
I
extra
think I would like a
pincher.
half. I've
Get one
got
of
two
those
of them in
little
mine,
things
but
that
maybe
don't
that's
have the
good.
handle and.
I can just move my fingers like that, pull up. Of course, Mike said, well, you just walk
That
around
fade?
house naked. Yeah, that'd work, that'd work. And then total sidebars.
Hi guys. Okay, so I've just left the attic in Mesa, Arizona, Phoenix, Mesa, Arizona, and it's wow, it's so much there to look at. They specialize in samplers. I got to meet Tanya from Scarlett House, who's really cool, and I was looking for one of her patterns anyway when I went in there, so I got to talk to her for a little while. That was totally awesome and unexpected. They did let me get some video of the store. It's probably not great because I was walking around, the camera was moving a lot, and I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try and edit it later and see if I can clean it up a little bit so it's not quite so choppy, but we'll see. I'm now getting ready to go over to a quilter's oasis. Shouldn't be too far from here. I don't know if they'll let me take pictures or video, but we'll find out. So that's my next stop, probably my last stop, because I'm gonna probably run out of time because it is getting later in the afternoon. Because yeah, I like to look around in the stores for a while. So anyway, I'm gonna pause here and I'm going to drive to a quilter's oasis in Mesa, Arizona. I'll be back. Hi guys. Okay, so I didn't get to record any video in a quilter's oasis. They had a class going on and it was really busy, and I just kind of felt like it was being really rude and intrusive. So I didn't record a video, but I did buy a couple things that I'll show you when I do I'll do a recap. I'll do like a haul recap of what I bought on my stitching adventure to Mesa, Phoenix, Apache Junction, Arizona. Maybe I should call this you know, the stitching road show at this point. It's my stitching and quilting road show. So we'll see. But I will do a recap, and I'll try to, you know, mash all of the video that I've taken together, because I do want to show you. I did take a couple pictures inside the attic that I'll post on Instagram, just you know, still shots, and try to put everything together and get a video up for you guys to see. You know, my stitching adventures, my stitching road trip. So I try to do this every time I visit someplace, whether I go for work or vacation or whatever. I try to go to the local needlework, cross stitch, and quilting shops if I can. The one that I really wanted to go to down here, it's too far away. It's about an hour drive from where I'm sitting right now. It would take me probably 45 minutes to an hour to get there, and I just don't have time. Maybe tomorrow if because our flight doesn't leave until later, maybe I can convince my husband to take me up there. I don't know, we'll see. If he does, be great. If he does, maybe I'll have another video for you. So who knows, I don't know, but it is a little bit out of the way. So that's what I really want to go to, but we'll see. So stay tuned for a mashed up video. Bye guys.
But then, sure pretty. But you know what, that purple that's in there looks really cool. So what cost is Tom Jones? Yes, she has 18.
Hi guys. Okay, so I took a little detour. I was waiting for my husband to text me back with the address of where I needed to meet him, and he took too long. So I decided to go down the road a couple miles to a second quilt store that I had heard about, called Mad Bees Quilting and Sewing. I was looking at the sign. And I decided to come check it out because I didn't think I'd have time, but I ended up, he took too long to get back to me, so I made a little detour. Very cool store, really a cool store. It's a lot of modern quilting fabrics and patterns, everything, a lot of designers that I like. Quilt Factory and Krista, Moser and It's So Emma, and they had you know, Quilt As You Go books. It was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's also, it looks like a Bernina dealer, so if you're in the Mesa area and you have a Bernina, this is actually a pretty good store to go to if you need parts or lessons or, you know, classes or anything like that, because it looks like they do sell Bernina. It's in a strip mall again, so it's actually got two, it looks like two storefronts. One of the storefronts is the store, so it's got all the fabrics and patterns and everything, and then the other storefront is their classroom, and it's very cool. So I mean, it's a huge space, and it would be, I'm sure, I heard somebody say something about that. I think they were teaching a Bernina class, so probably free motion quilting or piecing or something, and but that would be really cool. I think that would be really cool to go to. So a good sized store, lots of patterns, modern fabrics, new releases, had a lot of new releases in there. I picked up a couple patterns I had been looking for, some of the designers I really like, Quilt Factory and Krista Moser, and just some different designers that I know and love were in there. Their patterns were in there, and no, it was good. So I picked up a couple. Oh, I actually picked up a Creative Grids ruler I've been looking for that I haven't been able to find recently, and yeah, because, you know, I need more rulers, right? Said I probably need to cut back on how many, you know, rulers I have a lot of rulers. Probably need to stop, but probably won't. So anyway, but I did. I got one that I've been looking for a while, so that was good. And like I said, when I get back to Boulder, I will do a big reveal with everything that I got while I was down here. So yeah, good store. Lots of fun stuff in there. But I gotta go pick up my husband now, so I will be back on, you know, my next stitching adventure. So I'll be back. Okay, if that worked the way I wanted it to, you guys have just seen me do a little Stitchy tour of the attic and some conversations with myself in the car about going into Quilters Oasis and Mad Bee's Quilting. So, oh, by the way, I'm in the craft cave today because it's really kind of dark and gloomy here today. So upstairs, the lighting was really bad. It was really dark. And I have literally every light on in the basement right now. So hopefully the light won't be too bad. And I use the microphone from my laptop, and I know that last time I did the video, when I turn around or I kind of get away from the laptop, it cut my audio out. So I'm going to try really hard not to move around too much in this video and cut out the audio. So bear with me. I have everything laid out here, so I should be able to just grab from my haul. So we'll talk about haul in a minute. But anyway, going back to the video. So the people at the attic, they were so nice. They were just so nice. And they let me wander through taking a video. I asked them if I could take a video first, and they said, of course. And so I wandered through and took some video of the store. And I actually, it was surprising to see the older editions of Just Cross Stitch magazine there, because usually when the new edition goes on sale, they pull the old ones and they only have that current month. So it was kind of cool to see that they still had the one that had the Christmas ornament design in it. So that was just, it was kind of, you know, crazy. But the nice thing about it is I was meeting my aunt at the attic, so I got to show her the magazine, which was really cool. That I got to let her see it, and she was so excited. And everybody in the shop was so excited and looking at the design and everything. And then as we were wandering through, Tanya from Scarlett House was there picking up some supplies, and I think she had some framing done. And so I got to talk to her, and she was just so nice. But yeah, leave it to me to just totally space asking to get a picture for her, because I was just so excited to see her and to meet her, because I specifically wanted to go to the attic because I knew that they carried a lot of her patterns and models because she's local to the Mesa area. So she lives there, so they have a corner of the shop dedicated to her models and all of her charts. And I knew that from the last time I went about a year and a half ago. So my intention this time was to go down because I was looking for a specific pattern, which I found. but I didn't expect her to be there and to be able to meet her and talk to her. And she was so nice. She was so funny. But I completely spaced getting a picture with her. Of course I did. Because of, I guess I had a fangirl moment. It was fangirl moment with Tanya from Scarlett House. So it was great. She was great. Uh, then after that, I went to a couple of the quilt stores, and then I had to go back and do some stuff with the family. And the next day, which was Saturday, we were leaving Saturday night, and my in-laws have a food truck catering business down in the Mesa area. So they were doing an event Saturday morning. And of course, in the middle of prepping for the event, my mother-in-law, she cut her finger. She cut her finger to the point where it was, okay, I guess I need to go to urgent care. So my husband takes his mom to urgent care to get stitches in her finger. And the event is getting ready to start in like an hour. So it turned into, I was working in the catering truck, or well, it's a food truck. So I was in the food truck for the event, and my brother-in-law, because my husband was with his mom at urgent care, my brother-in-law was helping prep food, or boxing up food along with one of the helpers they have, and my father-in-law was taking orders, and I was passing food out to people. So we had a good rhythm going right up until we started running out of food, and then things got really hairy because we started running out of food, and we ended up selling out of food, and we had to turn people away. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane, but it was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot of fun to see how they work and how they operate. But yeah, they're in the Mesa area. It's a barbecue. It's a barbecue truck and catering business. So, but it was it was just kind of a whirlwind that morning, because it went from, oh, we're gonna hang out at the event and wander around, to all hands on deck. We're serving food right now. So. Yeah, but they were at urgent care for over 3 hours. It was unbelievable. Apparently, everybody goes to urgent care on Saturday morning. But yes, but she's got stitches in her finger, and she's fine. But yeah, it was a crazy day. It was absolutely crazy. And then we had to finish up a few things and then get on a plane to come back Saturday night. So anyway, because there was so much stuff going on, I didn't really get to stitch at all. I took 2 projects with me for the airplane, for in the airport, and while I was down there, I didn't get to do any of them. By the time we got to the airport on Wednesday, we left on Wednesday. We were running so late because my husband and I both worked up until like the last possible minute that we needed to go to the airport. There was no time. There was no time to get the stitching out. By the time we got to Arizona, we were just exhausted because it was like midnight by the time we got to the condo. And so we just passed out. And then the next 2 days were family. It was family stuff. And then I went to the shops. And then Saturday morning we had the event. And then by the time I got back to the airport with my husband, which again, I've come to the conclusion my husband, God, he wastes too much time. We got to get to the airport earlier so I can stitch. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We don't need to get there any earlier. But we got to the airport and we were starving, so we ended up eating, and by the time we got done, we needed to board the plane. So once again, I literally did not stitch at all, which was disappointing in a way, because I was gone for 4 days and didn't stitch one stitch. Why did I take the projects with me? I should know by now. I should have learned by now to take one project and pray I actually get to work on it. So I'll know better for next time. But it was a good trip. Everybody there was no drama. There was no family drama. It was just a really easy, relaxing trip. His mom was ecstatic that we all came down. She was so excited. She didn't know that we were all coming. It was a surprise for her. So she just she was crying when we showed up at they were having a little meeting for their truck, for their food business, and we all kind of crashed the meeting. So it was and when she finally figured out that we were standing there, she was just kind of, it took her a second to realize that we were all really there. And when she figured it out, then there was oh my gosh, there was, hugging and crying, and she was just in tears that we were all there. So she was so happy. She was so excited. But it was a good trip. So I have no whips to show because I didn't stitch anything. I didn't get to stitch anything while I was gone. But I do have haul. I went there with the intention of buying. So I got a few things. Actually, I didn't do too bad. It was just kind of a few things. Anyway, I'm going to start with the stuff that I got from the attic. So the attic, they had so much stuff. It was so big. When you pull up, it looks like it's in a strip mall, and it looks like it's one space in a strip mall. It's not. It's two. It's double the size that I thought it would be. So when you walk in, it's just, oh, where do I go first? And there's samplers everywhere. I mean, the walls are covered. There's framing in the back corner. There's a little sitting area up in the front for the guys that make the mistake of coming with their wives to the store. There's a classroom area, and then there's all these different sections. They had just everything from tiny smalls to huge, carriage house, or just what's the other one? Hearts Across Sea, Hands Across Sea. I can't remember the name of it, but they were, the giant samplers that you do in silks. Oh, and they had and I'm sure you saw it from the video. They had the Lady of the Flag done, the model done. It's breathtaking because the stitching is perfect on it. It's perfect. And they had that displayed up in the shop, and it was just overwhelming. But so what I ended up getting is a couple supply things that I had run out of that I needed to restock on. So I got some of my 32 count, which one is this one? This is Belfast. 32 count Belfast cream linen because I'm out. I used it all. And I do actually use this quite a bit, especially for some of my darker scenes, some things that don't have a lot of white in them. I tend to use this quite a bit. So I replenished my stock. That, and again, more replenishing of stock. I got some more. I got 1 Gentle Arts and 2 hickory sticks because I go through a lot of this classic colorwork. So I replenished my stock there. And then they had some Lizzie Kate stuff left, and I really like these little kits that they have where it's just the fabric and the button. There's no thread, which is kind of nice because if I want to use DMC, I can, or I'll use Fancy Floss if I have them all. Mix of the two, I kind of play with colors or things, but I really like these kits. So I picked up one of those. And I also picked up the With Thy Needle and Thread holiday hoopla. I meant to buy this over Christmas, and things just it got away from me. I forgot. So now I have it for next year because I did the Halloween one of this, and I love the way it turned out in the hoop. So I wanted to get the Christmas, and now they had the Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day one already out. I'm still on Christmas, and they already got Valentine's and St. Patrick's Day. I'm behind. I'm really behind. So I also, again, something else I'm behind on. I got the Chalk on the Farm. This is Holly Jolly Farm. I was going to buy this over Christmas, and I just didn't get around to it. I love these patterns. I think I'm going to do this one first because I actually found something for finishing on it. I already know how I'm going to finish this. I already know what I'm going to do with it. I've bought something else that's going to be perfect for this for finishing. So I need to get this one stitched up, but it's Christmas, so I won't be displaying it until next year. But hey, I have it, but it'll be perfect for that. And then the one thing that I specifically went in there for was a Scarlett House pattern because I saw a picture of it and I just fell in love with it. And this is Sleigh Rides and Snowflakes, and I had not seen this before. And then I saw it I think on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Instagram, and I just loved the pattern. Now, the model that it was kind of funny. The model that they had in the store was actually on something close to this for the linen. It was a really light linen, and she was telling me, she's like, don't use light, use a gray. She Tanya was telling me that she's seen this stitched on kind of a layer gray, or just maybe like a medium gray fabric, and it looks fantastic. Something that makes the white pop out. So don't use a light color, use something a little bit darker. She suggested gray, blue. I could also see this one on like a blue, but I'm going to probably do it on the gray. And I think I have the perfect color and cotton material over there in the material pile that I have for this one. So I want to start this one soon. And I know it's Christmas, but hey, you know, I've got Santa Sundays and stuff too. So this will be my upcoming Christmas one. So that was the attic. That was everything I got at the attic, which wasn't too bad. I restrained myself. I did pretty good. So I felt like I did pretty good anyway. So then I went on to couples quilt shops. The first one I went to was Quilter's Oasis, and which is, I mean, all of these are at Mesa, by the way. And I ended up getting 2 different fabric things. I got a new jelly roll, of course, because yeah, it's me. I love jelly rolls. This one is called Orchard, and it's by April Rosenthal, and I already have the pattern picked out to use this for. I don't have it here on the table with me, but I have it picked out, and I specifically went looking for this jelly roll. I wanted Orchard because I love the colors of this. I love the pinks and the darks and the blues. I just like how there's so many different contrasts here. It's not all dark, all light. It's got a little bit of everything. So I specifically wanted to find this jelly roll. So I got that. And then I got a layer cake called Last Bloom. Now, I have, I'll be honest, I have the same one in a couple charm packs. I wanted the layer cake because I have a different pattern picked out that calls for a layer cake. I love the colors in this package. It's just, if I have not found this one here, I'm going to try and open it. It's going to get a little loud here for a second. I'm going to see if I can get it out of the wrapper so that I can kind of show you guys the colors. Yeah, they're kind of hard to see this way. See if I can do it this way a little bit, but it's got a lot of oranges, this green. I love this green, cream colors, you know, a little bit of yellows, which I'm normally not a yellow and orange person, but these colors, I'm drawn to them for some reason. I just really, really like this blend, and it's a little bit fall, but yet it's almost like kind of transition between, you know, summer and fall colors that I absolutely love. And it's called Last Bloom. I wanted the layer cake because I have a different pattern picked out for a layer cake, and I'm going to use the charm squares I have 2 different ones, and I'm going to end up using the same material, which I know is going to look, you know, it's going to be kind of like, oh, you're using too much material, but they're going to be different enough that I think they'll be okay. But I just absolutely love the colors, the blues, the oranges, the browns. It's just I'm just drawn to it. I can't explain it. I am. Okay, so that was what I got at the first quilt shop. The second quilt shop I went to was called Mad Bees Quilts, and also in Mesa. It was just a couple miles down the road. And what I got there was a couple things I've been looking for, but I haven't been able to find yet. So I found a set of log cabin papers, foundation papers by It's So Emma and Fat Quarter Shop. They've been sold out on the website for a little while now, but they had them in the store, so I was able to pick up a pack, which I've been wanting to do. So now I can do some log cabins. And these are the 6-inch ones. I think, sorry, 6.5 unfinished block. So, but it makes a 6-inch block. So I was really excited to find that there because it had been sold out. I got a new pattern by Quilt Factory. And I bought a different one of their patterns recently, and I really like them. This one is one of their, I believe it's a Fab 5. Yeah, so they have a series called Fab 5, and I don't know that all of their patterns are like this, but they have a lot that are. And the Fab 5 it's only 5 1-yard cuts. So all you have to pick out is 5 1-yard cuts, and you can make the whole top. And I love that because I don't have to think a lot. I can pick 5 colors and I can make a quilt. The other one that I have is called Windmills. And again, I had actually picked 5 different colors for that one. I'd made one, and then I'd picked out 5 more colors to make it again. I think I'm actually going to take those colors and do this one instead. So instead of making the windmills, I'm gonna use this pattern instead for the 5 colors that I've already picked. So I was really excited to see their patterns there because I do really like Quilt Factory because it's just 5 1-yard cuts, really easy. And then I also got my friction pens, which you can never have too many of those laying around everywhere. So I also got couple rulers that I've been looking for, and I probably need to stop buying rulers at this point. I've got kind of a stack. I really wanted the diamond ruler, the mini. This is the mini diamond ruler by Krista Moser, Moser. And then I wanted the pattern, the Bumblebee pattern, to go with it. So you need this ruler to be able to do this pattern. And I just love the bee in this. I just love the colors and everything. And I've seen so many tutorials on this, and I really just wanted this ruler. So I got the ruler, and I got the pattern to go with it. See what I can come up with that. And then the other ruler that I got, which I've been wanting for a while, is the Perfect 10. I got the Perfect 5 in one of my sew samplers, and I love the Perfect 5 ruler, and I've been kind of going back and forth and debating the Perfect 10. And then I was doing something with 10-inch blocks one day, trying to, trim them down to 10-inch, and I was struggling with some stuff, and I went, that's it. I need to get the Perfect 10. I need to get the 10 ruler. I need to get the Perfect 10 ruler and just done with it. So I was really excited to see that they had that too. So I got my Perfect 10 ruler, and that was everything that I bought. That's all the quilt stuff and cross stitch stuff that I bought while I was down there. When I came home, my January sew sampler box was waiting for me to open up and go through. And guys, I love this. I actually, I really debated signing up for the sew sampler boxes. They're $29.90 a month. Totally worth it. I have not been disappointed with a box yet. I started September, October is when I started with getting the boxes, and I literally have not been disappointed with one box yet. So never have I said that was a waste of money. Never. I love everything that comes in these boxes. I love the patterns, the fabric, and this one was no exception. So this was my sew sampler box, and I'll open up for you. I'll show you what's in it. And so there is a coupon in here, which I can't show you because it's the coupon code is for members. It's for the sew sampler members only. But let's see here. This one came with a honey bun. It's actually a junior size honey bun. So it's not, I believe there's only 20, I think. Yeah, this is Flower Garden. It's one of the patterns called Flower Garden. It's flour, Flour, like cooking flour. but it's a mini size. It's not the full 42 strips. There's only 20 or 21 strips in this one, and this will make that pattern there. So I can't wait to get started on this because this looks like it's using I think it's using some strip sets with that, which I love to do, but I haven't had a chance to look through the whole pattern yet. Oh, maybe it's not strip sets. Anyway, but I just really do like the way that pattern looks. So I can't wait to get started on this one. And I like the, this is a honey bun. The difference between a honey bun and a jelly roll, as you can see, jelly rolls are 2.5-inch wide strips, and honey buns are 1.5-inch wide strips. So they're small, and they make, you can use them for borders, bindings. You can make little strip sets with them. Everything. You can use them. I mean, they're used exactly the same way. It's just they're smaller. So I do like this. This is going to be so much fun to start. Also included was another ruler because I can never have too many rulers, and this is a size I didn't have. So this is going to become a staple. I can already tell because this is a 3.5 by 6.5-inch ruler, and I've had a couple patterns recently, especially the It's So Emma patterns that have been this size, where it's a 3.5 by 6.5 block. The acorn caps pattern, one of the blocks, when you put it together, the ending size was 3.5 by 6.5. So that's what you were supposed to trim it down to. And this will be perfect for that. So I'm very excited to get this. There was also this cool little, sorry guys, it's gonna get loud again. I gotta open this up. Paper crinkling everywhere. A little mesh bag, which it kind of feels almost like a vinyl, but it's a cute little mesh bag to keep all kinds of supplies. I'm going to use this as a project bag for stitching, actually, that'll be cool. The next installment of the Goodness Grows quilt along. This is a block. It's a block of the month. This is the Goodness Grows quilt along, and this is block number 10. This is a coriander quilts design. Coriander. I don't have the material for this because this was something I actually, when I started the box, they were already 6 patterns in, 5 or 6 patterns into the series. So I would need to go back and buy those first patterns and then figure out all the fabrics. So this one is kind of going to the side to, one day I'll buy the other patterns and tackle this. But for now, I'm just kind of collecting these at this point because I wasn't in on the beginning. So we'll see how that one goes. And the last thing in this box, this is funny. I almost bought this. It was in my cart to buy on Fat Quarter Shop, and I took it out because I have the other scrappy journal. So I actually almost bought this. I really did. I almost bought it for traveling. I specifically, when I started thinking about it, was when I was getting ready to go down to Arizona. I didn't want to take my big planner. I didn't want to take my big project planner with me, but I wanted something that I could stick in my purse, throw in my luggage really easily, but yet still be able to track some of the stuff that I was looking for. I mean, I was specifically looking for this jelly roll, and I wanted to be able to, kind of put a log in here, so to speak, or, here's what I'm working on, and this is the jelly roll, so it would be easier to keep track. So I almost bought this. So glad I didn't because it came in my box, and I'm so excited to get this in my box. So this month everything was awesome. I can't wait to start this pattern, use that journal and my new ruler, and all of this was just awesome. The other thing that I did recently buy, this was not while I was gone, this was a couple weeks ago, was I got the Cupid box. Cupid box! I had never done one of these type of boxes from Fat Quarter Shop before. I know that they had a Halloween one. I think they had a Christmas. I'm not sure, but I think they did. But I remember seeing the Halloween one, and I didn't buy it. So the Cupid box, and it was like I got the email saying, sign up for your, or basically, do you want a Cupid box? Yes or no, type of a thing, and make your reservation. And it was like I made the reservation to get the Cupid box on Monday, and then I don't know, Thursday it shipped. There was very little time between when I got the email saying that, now taking reservations for the Cupid box to when it actually shipped out. It was a little strange. But I'm really happy that I did it. So this one I believe was $25 for the box. And I thought, you know what, I'll give it a whirl. I'll see if I like them, because if I do, maybe, the Halloween one rolls around, because I was actually looking for that Halloween one. But test it out, try it out. Totally worth it. To me, totally worth it. Because I like it. It's a project box is what it is. It's literally the whole quilt project, except for the backing and the batting, in a box. Same thing with the monthly sew sampler. I mean, you're going to be able to make the top with some background. I think you still have to do the background fabric and backing and everything, but you're going to get most of the top done in this one box. It's all right there, and I love that. And I get to kind of see new fabrics and play with new stuff, and the notions are always fantastic. So this is the first thing that came in the Cupid box. It's one of those little organizers. You can put your scissors and rulers. It's a mini version of it, though. It's not the big full size version. It's a small one. But so it's that, and you can stick your pen in it. And it doesn't really matter where you put it in here either. It's kind of nice because you don't really have to think about it. You can just, put your stuff in there. But you can also put rulers and everything in there too. So it kind of helps keep things a little organized on your table. So I like this. This is the pattern that came with the Cupid box. This is for a table topper, and I love table toppers, and I don't have a Valentine's Day table topper. So this is the next thing that I'm starting, because I want to put it out for Valentine's Day. And well, it's the end of January, so I probably need to start that this week, or maybe tonight. Anyway, but this is for this really cute table topper, and the fabric to go with it is right here. This is all the fabric that you need to make this table topper. Well, I shouldn't say all of it. You need the background fabric. So all of the patchwork here, the colored patchwork, is here, but you do still need to get the background fabric, which I have. I have white. I always have white background fabric, so I can get this started tonight, which I probably need to. So the other part of that box was another ruler, and this one is it's special. It's got hearts on it. I like the little hearts. And this is a 2.5 by 6. Again, also a ruler that I love, because for marking the back of fabric, this is perfect. So you don't have to get the great big ruler out. You can just get the little one out. Or trimming. If you need to trim a small block, this one works great. Let's see what else we have here. This is a Cupid's arrow. It's a half square triangle helper. I have not totally figured out how to use this yet. I have to read the directions, apparently. I haven't read the directions. Yes, I need to figure out how to, but this might be, if it acts the way I think it's going to, this could be really good. Help you do lines on the back of the half square, or the square, to make your half square triangles. I think that's how it works, but I need to figure out how the whole thing works. Maybe I can use it, but it's exclusive for the Cupid box. So that's great. And then there's also another coupon in here that I can't share with you, because it's again for just the box. But so I got way more quilting stuff this month than I did cross stitch stuff, which is not good. But actually, that's not true. That's not true, because I have a couple other patterns that I've bought. I just haven't I haven't got them here to show you. I actually kitted them up last night. I'm going to be starting the first part 1 of the Sapphire Mountain book club, stitching book club salve for Three Musketeers, and I can't wait to start that one because I picked out just a great blue, really kind of a bright blue, almost like a robin's egg blue for the fabric, because there's a lot of white on it, or well, light colors. There's a lot of really light colors, so you kind of want a dark fabric. So I have that one. So I did buy that, and I don't have that printed out here to show you. The other one that I bought was the Caterpillar Grow for Caterpillar Stitch Along. I also bought that one, so I'm going to be starting that one. I also started last night. I started March Country Cottage Needleworks Cottages of the Month for March, and I did that as part of the salve for Fat Quarter Shop's cross stitch salve about with houses. It was like the house tour. So I've decided I'm going to do the cottages by Country Cottage Needleworks because I have them and I really want to stitch them up so that I can display them each month like I do my Year of Celebrations, which I also need to finish. I'm caught up on Year of Celebrations up until June. So I've got through May, but June's not done. So I got to get finished up on June so I can finish those up so I can display them throughout the year. But I love those. I like the ones that have the months on there. So that's what so I do have some stitching stuff. For some reason it seems like this month has been all about quilting stuff, it looks like, because of my 2 boxes, but hopefully next time I will have way more stitching stuff to show you than quilting stuff. So oh, I did also send in my final chart and everything for the pattern that's coming out in Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's the August edition that'll be coming out which will probably go on sale probably around June, which still seems like really far away from now, and it kind of is, but I have a feeling it's going to go really fast because I can't even believe that the month of January is almost over at this point. I mean, it's the end of January. It's the 27th. The 1st of February is on Saturday. I still don't know where January went. I'm still trying to figure it out. I have a feeling June's going to get here much faster than I think. So, okay, hopefully this video wasn't too crazy with the editing. I'm new to editing, but hopefully I'll get better. And I hope, thanks for sticking around with me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them below. I love reading questions. I love and comments. If I don't respond to it in the comments, I try to respond to everything in the next video. So I love comments. I love the encouragement and everything that, all of the great stuff that you guys are saying. I can't wait. And I know, hopefully, as this grows and hopefully gets more followers, depending on how many I get, at some point I'll be doing some giveaways. But I want to get to a certain point of followers before I start doing giveaways, because I think it would be better to have a larger pool for random drawings. So it's going to be the same people over and over. So when there's a few more subscribers, I'll start doing some giveaways. So everybody have a awesome stitchy week, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for sticking around and watching the really, really strange video from before. I'll see everybody soon. Bye.